We're going to be doing Microsoft today. The awful, terrible, evil company that is Microsoft, who hosted by the one, the only, Panos Panay. It said so on the invite. I want to say something about this event. This event probably is not intended for consumer audiences.
I didn't realize how bad you were until I got these really good graphics.
Although, you have to pay attention to it just because Panos Panay is in it. They said specifically this was for, like, the future of hybrid work and the security of your workplace or whatever. On screen right now, I have the bingo chart. The bingo chart that...
Oh yeah,
we got bingo
cards.
Again, and it contains all of my predictions of what there might be. But most of them are not actual predictions. Most of them are just things that I'm willing to bet's going to happen during the event. Sort of keep this in the back of your mind when we go through all of this. They're definitely going to do something about Windows 11. I mean, it's in the wallpaper of the waiting screen. Why wouldn't they?
Are they going to address people actually moving over to Windows 11? Because the hope, at least from in the past, was that, hey, yeah, maybe Windows 11 will turn out to be better than all of the previous Windows releases. But as far as I can tell, Windows 11, it looks like a typical off-year Windows. Because everyone says that Windows has, like, they have a good release and then they have a bad release. And our hope was that Windows 11 would break that trend. And at least up until this point, from everything I can hear, it hasn't broken that trend. You know, I literally had a nightmare last night where I was confronted by a mandatory Windows login. I was like, no, I don't want to give you my phone number, Windows. No.
Well, I can tell you happily, there are multiple ways around that, despite what other people will tell you. I have proven it on the channel. Go watch the video above. What do I think is going to happen? I want to talk about a few things that happened before this event. Panos got promoted to something even bigger. So now he's like the head of like all of their like Android stuff or something. The Windows Twitter account tweeted out a picture saying how happy they were to embrace the future or whatever, but they showed someone using an M1 iMac, and people immediately noticed it, so they had to delete the tweet as damage control. But it's okay; it's on the way back machine. You can go and look at it.
I mean, I don't know what they were thinking posting that. It's like, it's not even like, oh well, someone has an M1 iMac. It's like, no, that's like the feature of this picture.
To be able to connect with our customers is so inspiring to me.
Inspiring, wow.
It's so bad.
What are these cuts? There's so many cuts. In like the previous events, there wasn't this many cuts. There's another cut. This is like a YouTube video where they just cut every 5 seconds.
Maybe we need Elon Musk to buy Microsoft.
He doesn't have the money to.
Yeah, he bought Twitter. We should get him by Microsoft.
I don't know. No, I mean, like,
These last 2 years for me, and
yes, a PC running Linux or Mac OS, not Windows.
Oh God, yeah.
Is he wearing like the same clothing he was last time?
More than we ever have before, but it also must be personal. It's about the hardware completing that magical experience. Each of you are ready to meet your customers where they want to be. I'm super clear, staying ahead.
That was just a weird transaction.
Wow, he clearly is filming this at a different time. His voice is changed tonality. Like, it sounds like he recorded it, like, either had to re-record it multiple times or is recording it at a different time of day.
I'll tell you a story about my dad.
Panos talking about his family. Check the box. Oh, Panos, he cannot help himself. He has to talk about his family. Panos loves his family. His Twitter wants you to know he loves his family. The reason why I bring up the cut thing is because the previous events were always done with very few cuts. But this, there's a cut right there, there's a cut everywhere. Like, what is happening?
I mean, each cut also, the transition is not fluid.
Yeah, maybe, but it doesn't feel right. No?
I mean, it kind of feels like they're trying to do an Apple event, but their style should be entirely different. And so they have no idea what to do. And so they're just mimicking what they think Apple is doing as opposed to just doing a good version of what they can do themselves.
A plan to have over 300,000 employees on Windows 11 by July. I'm super pumped about it.
Pumped! He said the word pumped. Panos cannot help himself. He has the Panos-isms.
Take a look at the amazing features coming for our commercial customers in Windows 11.
Windows innovation.
Okay, all right, gotta check the box for Windows Hello. I
Windows Hello. Personalized start menus, except you can't put it in the corner. Well, more
notifications to annoy the crap out of you.
With targeted messages.
Oh god, this is like a nightmare.
Windows snapping. Check off the box for Windows snapping. I knew that would come up.
That's TeamSpeak.
TeamSpeak? You mean Teams?
Yeah. It's Teams.
Yeah, Teams.
Teams, I think.
TeamSpeak is something else.
Hey, look, a different person.
Thank you, Panos. When we announced a new version of Windows,
They're still doing those freaky cuts.
I thought Windows 10 was the last version ever. What happened? Well, my friends, a global pandemic happened.
We made Windows 11 because of the pandemic.
Please use Windows 11.
This has been Microsoft's dream for a very long time. They want the Windows computer in the cloud.
Okay, so this is Windows in the cloud.
Yes.
So you'd have a
virtualized Windows computer.
Okay.
They've talked. Windows 365 has actually existed for a while, but the pricing has only made it available to business users, not to personal users.
Well, I mean, I feel like Windows doesn't expect the average person to be watching their Windows event. What are they, Apple? Normal people don't watch their event.
All right, Microsoft Edge. Gotta check the box. I knew something. I didn't expect it to be like this, but
I thought they'd be talking about the Edge and telling people how more upgraded it.
I mean, this is one way of doing that.
I mean, that seems like a handy feature for a corporation to have, but I kind of hate it.
Well, I feel it's kind of stupid because people have phones, right?
Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
Pluton, check the box.
What is Pluton?
So Pluton is TP.
Is their T2 chip?
Not really. In fact, it probably goes against design of the T2 chip because it's TPM built directly into a processor.
Is literally sleeping.
Yes, this is driving me to sleep, bro. I cannot help it.
So surprisingly enough, this actually might be more common than you might think. People trying to fish people through Microsoft Teams.
Check out the breakout sessions happening right after this. But now it's time for product.
Did you hear the audio cut?
Yeah, I thought that was noise torch breaking.
No. That's
was that the recording? That's so low quality. That's what that means is no one actually listened through that section of the video to find.
I will. I'll reach through the screen and just give you a good old.
She is a lot better at talking on camera than Panos.
She's a lot better at talking up to the camera than every other person who showed up so far.
She actually seems like, oh yeah, I do public speaking sometimes, and everyone else has been like remarkably awkward, especially Panos Panay. Yes, once again, another thing that is platform exclusive.
Whoa, they have tabs that every other operating system had already.
Wow! No way! Tabs? Oh, that's so wow. To be fair, the audio, the live descriptions are actually a really good thing.
People who read lips are not always able to understand what's being said by a person wearing a mask. So live
people who read lips aren't always able to understand people who are wearing a mask.
You think?
Yeah. No duh. Is video call?
Yeah, video call. People in video call.
People in video call.
I knew this would happen. It's happened every Microsoft event since 2020.
I mean, assuming.
See how grainy this camera is? Look at that.
Oh, and they don't do it on the sound canceled version. That's
really sneaky.
It's like, oh look, it even is like more clear and has a higher color saturation when you turn on voice.
Yes,
voice
the
suppression.
bright and sunny day when we have a noise suppression.
inclusive to all.
Who's she looking at there? Did you see her like look to like the right? Like what? Who was she looking at? What was she looking at?
I hope you enjoy that. I love seeing
the product. He said the product.
Doing right now. I hope you're as pumped.
Is it on?
What you just
Yay!
saw Windows 11.
Is it over? They handed it back to panels. He's gonna hand it off to Satya.
That's what this whole meeting is, convincing people to move to Windows 11.
Now that's what this is all about.
With Windows 11, we introduced the biggest update to our operating system in a decade.
In a decade, Satya, it's been 2 years since Windows 11 was shown to people in that leaked ISO. Okay, guys, if it looks like Satya aged a little bit, it's because his son died. His son has had cerebral palsy and actually died due to complications.
And organizations.
Wow, that's really sad.
Thank you all so very much.
The heck was that end? What?
Oh
wow.
Boy!
Dude, that was.
Oh my gosh! It's over.
So
there's still 20 minutes left.
Yeah, Apple definitely does. The keynote has concluded. Oh boy!
They actually have a voiceover.
Refresh my page.
Oh my gosh!
And scroll down to watch the breakouts.
That
Security
weird.
fundamentals.
All right, what was your favorite part?
And hybrid. My favorite part was the voice cleaning stuff. Voice clarity.
The film grain and the saturation of the voice clarity.
Well, I think that I mean, assuming that some of these features are going to be, some of these features are clearly things that are only going to be present in Enterprise, and some of these things, like the voice clarity and the text-to-speech, seem like they're going to be something that gets implemented into Windows 11 for normal people. And if assuming those things do get integrated into Windows 11, I think that it's a good thing that they have noise suppression software and text-to-speech or speech-to-text. I think that's a good thing to have integrated into your operating system by default. Other than that, I guess having cloud integration built into Windows for Enterprise is a good thing. Though comparing that to Apple's developer event is laughable. That's not good.
All right, Nemo, what's your favorite part? Your favorite part?
Bro, the first couple of minutes were so dull that I actually legitimately
you literally fell asleep.
Literally fell asleep.
You actually started snoring in the middle of the conference.
It's like, it was so dull, man. It was so dull.
All right, my favorite part was Panos talking about his family for 10 minutes.
Oh, how sweet. I mean, there were like an extensive section of the video where like I was watching people talk. I had subtitles going. I hear the person's voice. I register that they're talking, and I'm like, I just can't listen to what it is that they're saying because they've repeated themselves like 10 times by now.
Yeah.
And it's just it like the whole thing at the end just seemed like I feel like you're just saying words. Like, what is the point of this?
Windows 365, of course.
Yay, 365. That's like 330 something more than Windows 11.
354.
Yeah, see, I can do math sometime. 354 better than Windows 11. And then when Windows 12 comes out, it'll be 353 better than Windows 12.
All right, well, I don't think we're gonna watch any of those breakout rooms. If experience goes to shove, I think the breakout rooms are gonna be 10 times worse than what we saw here. So I think we're gonna call it for the morning. So like this video if you want to see more cringe